Losing my hair in my 20s and now being completely bald-headed has leveled me up in so many ways, and I'm gonna tell you why. Hi Beauts, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate the support and the fact that out of all the places you could be, you're deciding to spend a few minutes with me. So thank you. If you're new here, my name is Reese and I started losing my hair in my 20s due to alopecia. While I still have a lot of hair that consistently grows, I decided to just shave my head completely bald and rock this fabulous do that you see here today. For today's video, we're going to be talking about how being bald-headed has leveled me up in so many ways, but just to keep things brief, we'll just touch on a few of them. Now, I'm sure most of you already know what leveling up means, but for the people in the back that may not know, this is what I mean by leveling up. You ever have someone and every time you see them, it just looks like they're losing at the game of life. Maybe they've lost their job, you heard that their boyfriend or their fiance just cheated on them. When you see them out in public, they just look super defeated. Maybe their clothes are looking crazy, hair is, I don't know what the situation is, but someone that just looks like life has gotten the best of them, right? And every time you see them, it might just get worse and worse. Or whenever you hear about them, it's just worse and worse and things are just on a decline. And then one day, they pop out. They look amazing, hair's great. You heard that they got the job of their dreams, driving a nice car, new clothes, fancy house. Everything just seems to be working in their favor. They've leveled up just mentally and spiritually. They've just grown and matured. That's what I mean by leveling up. It simply means a change in the trajectory of one's lifestyle and circumstances for the better. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, everyone knows what leveling up means. Let's get into how being bald-headed has completely leveled me up. The first way that being bald-headed has leveled me up is my confidence, okay? Your girl is beautiful and she knows it. She knows it. I mean that in the most humble way because I know there are people out there that hate a confident woman and they will dub you as cocky and stuck up and things like that. I just feel as though when I went bald, there was such a transformation that happened. I think that before I could hide my imperfections, with maybe like, for example, if I was having a breakout, I could just swoop a bang over it or put a wig on and wear my hair a certain way to feel confident and cute. I would wear makeup and things like that if I, again, just was not feeling my most confident self. I'm not saying that everyone that wears makeup does that, but I'm just saying that's what I used to do. Like whenever I was feeling not confident, I would put on a wig or I would style my natural hair, but in a certain way that was covering my dark spots or covering my pimples. But there's something so empowering that has happened to me throughout this journey, whereas though now I've learned to love myself in my most natural and vulnerable state, and there's something so beautiful about it. I love the way I look bald-headed. Now, some people may not love it, and that's okay. I'm not saying I'm everyone's cup of tea, and I'm completely fine with that. I mean, I'm someone's cup of tea. But I'm just saying that once you learn to love yourself, the opinions of others just start to fade and fade and fade. Like you just stop concerning yourself with that. And I don't know, it's just a really powerful feeling that I hope that everyone experiences. I'm now able to walk into a room where I'm usually the most unique person for obvious reasons, but I'm able to walk into those spaces with my head held high and my confidence level at a 10, irrespective of what anyone else has going on around me. And I don't know, I'm super grateful for it. And I don't take that for granted at all because there were days where that was not the case. Okay, so the next thing that completely leveled up for me since being bald-headed is my perspective, like my overall perspective on life. Nowadays, I look at the things that happen to me and the experiences that I have, whether good or bad, and I'm constantly looking at how I can use that and be a blessing to other people. Whereas though before, that was just not the case. I was very, I don't know, I think I was pretty negative. And even going through this journey, in the early stages, I was very depressed. It was a dark time for me. I was just not happy. I was just like, why me? Why am I the one losing my hair? Like, why is this happening to me? I think I'm a good person. Like, whatever. Like, you go through those emotions and they're completely normal. But now But now I'm more so like, how can I help other people feel confident and love themselves and accept, their alopecia and this journey that they're on? I've completely just shifted the way that I think about everything that happens to me in my life. Of course, I'm human, so I have days where I'm definitely still feeling down or just like, why me? But for the most part, I'm just like, how can I help someone else? Whether it's making a YouTube video and just sharing my story, or if it's sitting next to someone on the plane and we just have casual conversation and they open up to me. This has happened, by the way, maybe like 2 years ago. I was sitting on a plane with someone and this woman, we were just having like casual talk, and she was like, oh my gosh, like asking me about my bald head and things like that. And we got to the discussion of alopecia, and she just got so emotional. And I forgot I don't think she had alopecia, but maybe she was going through some treatment that caused her to lose her hair. And she just got really emotional with me, and I kind of teared up a little bit too, but I didn't cry. I'm a G. But it was just such a heartfelt conversation, and she was just saying, like, I think one day I'm gonna go bald, like, how do you manage it? And I was just giving her advice and stuff. And anyway, by the time the plane landed, she was just like, I felt that I was put on this plane for a reason, to have this conversation with you. It was so helpful, blah blah blah. So that just made me so excited. It made me so happy because, again, I don't have a large following on here. Like, I'm sure I'm not reaching obviously thousands and thousands of people, but just knowing that I can help one person, like that one like I get on a video, that one comment that says, hey, you really helped me out. Those mean, I know everyone says this probably, but those really mean a lot to me because it's mainly why I do it. Like, again, not having a big following or anything like that. I'm making these videos because I just want to help at least one person, because I remember going through this journey and feeling like I was so alone, like no one else could relate. And I don't want anyone else that is going through this journey, whether it's due to like alopecia or, certain treatments, things like that. I want you to know that you are not alone. We are on this journey together, and being bald can be fabulous. And I'm on a mission to prove that to the world. Basically, I stopped dwelling on the negative things or bad things that happened to me in my life, and I try to focus on how can I spin it so that it can be a blessing, or how can I spin it so that, oh wow, it's not the end of the world, like we can still make it out of this. So definitely has leveled up my perspective on life as a whole. Okay, so the next way that I leveled up since becoming bald is just in my career. And honestly, just like my financial situation as a whole. And I think a lot of this ties into confidence, because I remember seeing job posts for 6 figures and like this large amount of money that no one around me was just like making at the time. And I'm like, that's not for me. There's no one that looks like me that's doing X, Y, and Z and all these things. Like, I just had these negative thoughts because I just was not confident in myself. And now, baby, now that is not the case. Like, I'm so confident. I see positions for X amount and I'm like, I'm going to apply to that. I deserve to be there. I deserve that position. I've worked hard enough. I belong in that space too, no matter what I look like. So I definitely think that that confidence has allowed me to apply to positions that I would have looked at back in the day and said, nope, there's no one like me in that space. That's way too much money. I need to stick to what I have and be grateful for it before they change their mind. You know what I mean? Like, just having that negative outlook and not feeling like I deserve to be in a space or make a certain amount of money because of what I look like. So long gone are those days. The next thing I want to talk about is my relationships and how I leveled up in my relationships. I think that, like I said before, when I lost my hair, it took me to a really dark place. Like, this is a strong word, but I can honestly be transparent with y'all and say I hated myself for a large portion of my, beginning stages of my alopecia journey. And obviously that is not the case now. I so love myself, guys. Like, I hope everyone can feel this way about themselves. And again, not from a cocky standpoint, but when you go from looking in a mirror and just not liking what you see to looking in the mirror and taking a double take, it really changes things for you. It does. It's one of those things where once you get out of that dark and depressing and just insecure place, and you come out on the other side and you're able to truly love yourself and love what you see in the mirror, but also like internally, the person that you are, I think that shift allows you to level up in your relationships. I'm sure you hear a lot when people say you can't love others until you love yourself. And that was so true. Like, for me, I did not love myself, so how I treated other people sometimes was a reflection of what I felt about myself. So I think that I'm able to love people better because I truly love myself and I know what unconditional love looks like, so I can give that to other people around me. I know I promised to keep this short, so I'm just going to mention one last way that I think I completely leveled up since being bald, and that is in my faith and my walk with God. By no means am I this perfect Christian telling anyone how to be a Christian, because your girl has flaws, like we all have flaws. But I think that since losing my hair, I've gotten so close with God, because I think that for a lot of us, when things get bad, we form that relationship with God and start to pray and ask for things. I definitely already had a relationship with God. I went to Catholic school my whole life, if you don't know, but during the beginning of my alopecia journey, I was just like, no, things got bad, and I was like, God hates me. Like, the universe hates me. Everything is going wrong. It seems like back to back negative things were happening to me. And I was just, my relationship with God really struggled then. But as I progressed and got through my journey, again, like the healing and learning to love myself, my relationship with God has gotten so much better. I now not only look to him when things are good and I'm just like super thankful and grateful, but also when things are bad as well. I try to find the beauty in that as well and still show things. And listen, sometimes you have no other choice but to rely on God and rely on your faith, because as humans, we can only do so much. We're only capable of so much. So at some point we need to be realistic and we need to tag in a friend. We need to tag in a friend, and that friend is God. So once I realized that concept, it got a lot easier for me in my alopecia journey and just losing my hair and learning how to embrace it and embrace this new journey that was ahead of me. So just coming to that realization, I think, really leveled me up in that way. If you've made it this far to the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. Your support helps me to grow and reach a wider audience. Whether you've liked, commented, subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, which I never thought would even be a thing. But again, that's thanks to you and your continued support. So just want to let you know that I'm grateful. Other than that, I hope to see you at the next video. Bye, beauts.